Yeah, well, I grew up here in South Carolina. Born 1919, February 6, 1919. I went to school at Rocky Creek, Hopewell, and Woodruff Junior High School, our senior high school. I went in service, came back working in Greenwood General Hospital. The war started, World War II started, I was working in Greenwood General Hospital. After that, I got married to Ann. And when I went in service, stayed in service 3 years, came back. We and I stayed together 1 month, and that was it. We had one child. So then, after a few years, run up on your mother, and we got married. So we had 6 children. So all of them grown now. Rodney the baby, and Frankie the oldest, Willie the oldest of all. So that's about it, I guess. Moved down here, bought this here down here. Bought these 2 acres down here, and now I'm farming with the garden. See, I put out all these trees you see here since I've been down here. Pecan trees, walnut trees. Now I got a watermelon patch right here. Watermelon and cantaloupes here.
Sonny Thomas, Ladson. And I'm 82 years old, almost 83. And my husband picture from the chef if you want to get a picture of that. I've been with her for 26 years. And it'll be 27 next month.
My father and grandfather owned land up there.
He was just a farmer, you know, raised a whole lot of, a big farm. That's why I married off home. I was 16, I married and left there. Because I had too much work to do in the field. Corn, fodder, and picking cotton, and sometimes I wonder did I jump out the frying pan into the fire.
I think you jumped out the frying pan into the fire.
That's another boy.
But my daddy had to move away because he had so many children, so he tried to save his cotton to get, they offered 12 cents a pound for it at that time, but he wanted more than that, and he lost that because he didn't get him about half of that for what he's selling his cotton for. Then he moved down on Dr. Henry's place out from Union Church down there on Log Shore. Then he put out an orchard down there, wrecked the orchard and cotton till he moved out right below Rocky Creek Church down there.
Well, back then was the olden days, and they didn't want you to go nowhere. And I slipped off one time and went to work, went to a meeting with some, wasn't by myself somehow. Now it's been so long ago. He talked about whooping, but he didn't whoop me because Monty was over there and he told me not to whoop me. So he didn't. Oh, but I tell you, back in them old days, good old days, better than it is now. We have more money and stuff to spend now, but back then it was, we didn't have, we thought them was bad times. Them was good times, but we just didn't know.
But then granddad about 52 or 3 he died. Grandmother was 40 so when she died. About 10 years later my daddy died.
Oh, I can't remember nothing about my mama, but because I was just 12 years old, she died. My mama was rough, she didn't take no food. If something else she tell us not to do, she hear about we done it, you better not be close to it, she'd haul off and slap you right then. And that sister Belone of mine, she would comb on her head, Mama, you told somebody not to pin up that coat, and she pinned it up anyway. And boy, I got licked.
Both of them died with heart trouble.
Heart trouble. Also heart.
Mother suffered with longer than dad. He'd taken it. And he first started with high blood pressure. The next thing he died with heart trouble.
It was a two-room cabin, but it wasn't. We didn't have a fine school like they had. The black went to one school and the white went to the other. And I can remember we walked into school and the white folks had a bus to ride on. And they throw things out the window at us. And we would pick up little rocks and throw back at them. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time ago.
That we was walking 4 miles to school. We lived up that log show. Got around the next to Rock Creek, and had no place to go to school. We left there and went to Woodruff, stayed in Woodruff a while, moved back. Then I started working in Greenwood Hospital after that, and the war started, so I didn't farm anymore.
We had another girl, she turned me down one time. We have spelling matching thing. And when the teacher gave us out the words, I always stood, if I wasn't at the head of the class, I would be the second one. And she turned me down. And we had one boy in school, he turned us down on, I never will forget this word, accommodation. We couldn't spell accommodation. And he turned us down. And then I had to go to the bottom of the class. But I come back to the head just as fast as the next day they give you out spelling. But I turned down everybody that couldn't spell it. But I got to the next to the head, and that's as far as I could get, because she blocked me. Spelling and reading and math. We call it arithmetic. It was adding and subtracting and dividing, division, long division and short division. I got to the 8th grade. And when we got to the ninth grade was as far as we could go unless you could send them to college. No.
You had to come home and work, right?
That's right. We come home and we pull off our school clothes and put on, ain't that something? Pull off our school clothes. I didn't have but 2 dresses for school. I'd wear one, we'd wash one, and let that dry. But we were happy.
Right.